Crap, I did it again. I sent the link out way too late. I've got having major computer issues. I think here I'm looking at myself now. Let me bring in Oliver. Oliver, how you going?
Doing good.
Doing
You're
good.
kind
Hey,
of
we can
laggy.
finally see you today.
Yeah, man. How's it going?
Nice to see your face. Look at me. It's like nothing's working on my computer today.
I had that issue just a while ago, and I had to reset my camera or cell
Yeah. Okay,
phone or whatever.
I'm gonna bring the boys in. Pancho's here,
What
and
up?
Javier. How you going,
Hey, what up,
fellas?
Michael? Nice to
Hey,
see you
Michael.
again.
It's great to all have you here in the in the flesh, all on camera. That's great to see. I'm gonna try and remove myself and then bring myself back in, and hopefully that'll look. My camera looks all weird too. Here we go.
Yep.
I'm gonna take myself out. How do I?
Hey, welcome to the Michael Brankoff Show. This is your host, Oliver. How's it going? Back on the border, the
I'm,
Lucent.
I'm just
Doing it
realizing
now.
we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
There
That's
we go.
it.
There we
Sorry,
go.
guys. I sent out the link really late. That's my fault. I've been doing that a lot lately.
Nah, that's
It's
okay.
really bad. Hey, there he is. Happy Harry Hardon.
What's up,
All
Michael? How
these
you doing?
good. All these people. I get to see your faces finally. It's fantastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome back
That's
to
a
the show.
nice dramatic light you have there, Ray.
I know I'm like in the shadows.
I know. Look how dramatic. How dramatic.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever. I'm not wearing shades like this guy over here. What the?
Hey, you
Give it
gotta look
away.
cool. You gotta keep up the appearances.
True that. True that.
How you guys been? It's been a while. It's been I mean at least maybe a month or 3 weeks or something like that since we last saw you guys. How's it all going? How's the crowdfunding the game going?
It's been crazy, man. It's been a wild ride.
Very
It's
intense.
awesome.
Very.
It's awesome, man. I'm so excited and happy
Yep.
to have this
Yep.
book funded, man. I mean, I know we're like a little bit low, but doesn't matter, man. We're gonna
Getting
release this book.
funded is the first goal, and then
Yeah.
however far you can get above that,
Yes.
yeah, it's up to the crowdfunding gods. Who knows?
I actually remember the last time we were with you. I think it was before the campaign started.
No. I think I had you guys on once it was already live.
Yeah.
Because I remember that
Was
I backed it on stream.
was
Yeah.
I on that show, Oli?
No, it was the first shows that we did when we launched the campaign.
Oh, okay.
I
Then
think
I
I
was on
think
that
I
one
have
because
the
I remember you telling us that we had Yes or Yes be on your show when we started the campaign, but I wasn't on yours when we had already started, and I was looking forward to be in another one of yours.
Good.
we
We're gonna bring in an avatar onto the
hey
Oh,
onto the
man.
Hey,
panel.
what up?
Hey, what's up?
hello, 656. It's awesome to see you guys.
Good
Yeah,
to
we
see
can
you as
see all
well.
their faces.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, there we
It's a
go.
party in here. Poland's joined us as well.
Hey, how you
Hail
doing?
Poland.
Oh
How
my
you doing?
goodness.
What's going on, boys?
Oh, we just
Not
got the
much.
show started. I just decided to send the link to these guys at 1 minute to go or something. Lucky they were already, they were already an hour ago. So it was it was all good for them.
They're just sitting at their computers waiting for anyone to sell their links. These guys are everywhere in Comicsgate. It's awesome to see.
It seems that way. Yeah.
Let's say hello to the people who've decided to join us here today. We've got Katic Neutral in the house. Skip Edwards
Woodrow.
Art. I was hanging out
Hail.
with Skip last
Hey, what
night on
up?
his stream. It was a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
Yep. Oh, look there. You guys are there. Omega Arts.
Mega
Black
yes.
Rose Comics, Rick Saylor. Hello,
Sexiest
VIP.
chat in Comicsgate. Everyone's showing
Absolutely.
up.
Todd's
Hell
Trick
yeah.
is
Awesome.
here. Lord Finatra, Mo Biggs, Felix Huss, Lord Crackhead, fantastic. Billy Bongo's here. Nerd is the word. G'day, g'day. Who else is here? This is great. Thanks to everyone for coming and hanging out with us today.
Looks like the Mo Biggs family is growing a little bit.
Yeah, he's
With,
he's spread his seed around. You know that only too well, Bandito.
And apparently he's adopted Poland. Does that make
Oh,
Poland my uncle?
I wasn't aware of that. Yeah,
I wasn't
that's
aware of
awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward.
As long as he doesn't start dating my mom as well, that would be.
Well,
Hey, there you are, Xavier.
Biggs is just my
What up?
cheerleader. That's all.
Rob's here. He says hi ho. Oh, you don't have to insult us,
Hello.
Rob.
yeah.
Holy crap! This is turning into a real party here. Look at this.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's
That's
with
a
his.
big party.
Oh
Yeah, we got a party going on here.
Ooh, yeah. Bring out the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
We're gonna spotlight a macho book, so I brought a macho look.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
awesome,
Fantastic.
man. Awesome.
How Comicsgate created.
Macho, did you bring your cream? Cream rises to the top.
The cream rises to the top. Ooh, yeah.
We had a really cool show yesterday with Drew where we talked about. I don't know if you guys caught Ethan Van Sciver talking to Dan Shaheen. It was a kind of interview / debate thing, and
Oh, yeah.
it caused a bit of a stir. Some of the things that were said in that show, and so we had Drew on and we had a little quick discussion about it. It was really cool. The chat really got involved, and then we got into talking a bit about his book. So I thought we might do the same here today. Look at how many we've got a massive panel as well as the
Awesome.
chat. It's great. I always love having you guys on. It has that party atmosphere. But
Six
yeah.
by
Bring the
six
party,
brings
man.
the show.
That's great.
this is just
We bring it.
This has just come out recently. Warner Media, it says, is set to lay off thousands more, saying that they're going to drop their overall cost by 20%. Which, if you're as big as Warner Media, 20% is
Mainstream media is doing fine, obviously. This is just a precautionary measure, because it's not a good look to be making huge profits. So, when it looks like you're about to have a significant boom, cut your staff, right?
Yeah.
This could
obviously.
be a catastrophe. And that's
business
one of the
practice.
things that Dan was saying, that, he was saying about CG is like, you guys are just wrong, and the industry is healthier and better than ever. Really, I mean, that's kind of one of the things he was saying. And then what's happening here? What world are we living in? This isn't to say that this is necessarily this cut is going to necessarily hurt DC Comics or whatever, but you can't. It's pretty hard to. God, there's a lot of ads on this freaking site. I'm going to go back to just the. DC has already had, been hammered by this year, and now if their parent company is going to look to cut costs again, it's safe to assume that they are going to be undergoing even more transition period. Over the next few months, if they're going to be looking to cut back 20% of overall costs.
So does this include part of DC stuff, or
Well, no one knows.
Warner
This is
Media?
this is hot news. So at the very least, it's if you worked for any subsidiary of Warner, you would be nervous.
No, yeah.
To say the least. Just like, this is not the kind of thing that companies just sort of do if everything is going really swimmingly. Just like massive layoffs like this. It's trouble in the water.
I've been through I've been through a couple companies that have had to do this in lean times, and when you're trimming the fat, I mean, you are always looking at your problem areas, and the printing part of DC Comics has got to be one of the biggest problem areas. So,
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, and that's interesting because I mean they just doubled down like on HBO Max, and they're like funneling everything into HBO Max, and they're like, well, where are we going to draw our ideas from? Of course, DC Comics and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like it's a very healthy, I guess, atmosphere over there right now.
Yeah, and that whole purchase was probably the dumbest thing AT&T has done. Purchasing buying DC. Like that has got to be when you look at like where you're going to get your ideas from, you don't go to one of the dry wells, you don't go to one of those things where it's like the ideas have all been used up. They are having to go to the most recent stuff because they couldn't make 80 years of comics work for them. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like it was fashionable. Iger made it fashionable to buy up all these properties, and it's like that story of how Sylvester Stallone ended up having to do Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Yep.
It was originally offered to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he turned the role down, but he let it slip that he was thinking about it. So then they offered it to Sylvester Stallone, and he was like, well, if Arnold is thinking about it, I have to do it. So he jumped into doing that role, and of course, it was one of the worst movies that Sylvester Stallone ever did.
Are you saying that Warner bought DC because
Disney bought Marvel?
I think so. I agree with that. And I'm a big Estelle Getty fan, and I love that movie nonetheless. I love the Golden Girls, but that movie was horrible. But what you're saying is exactly true. I mean, they just have to double down. They got to keep up with the Joneses, kind of thing. So they're like, hey, Disney bought Marvel. Let's buy DC.
Yeah. But the well was already dry. I mean, like we've seen so many horrible things come out of Warner Brothers and DC that it's like it would take something visionary in order to really put them on top again. And when you're AT&T and you're looking around your room of accountants, you're not exactly looking at the people with the biggest vision, right?
Yeah.
Relating to what we're doing here, what do you guys think about the potential? Because let's say that this is part of the growing trend of these companies sort of trimming all the fat. How do you think it's going to affect what we're doing in the crowdfunding scene? You're going to have a whole lot more people looking to what's happening here and thinking, hey, maybe this is a game that I need to get in on. And this is, already, crowdfunding is already starting to get pretty crowded in terms of the books that are out there. And it's not clear yet whether or not the audience who back books through sites like Indiegogo or Kickstarter is keeping pace with the growth of, new books that are actually hitting the, hitting these sites. What do you guys think about the impact that this can have on on what we're doing essentially?
I mean, honestly, it's what is it like right now? It feels well. First of all, let me say this much: CG is booming. It's awesome.
Yeah,
great. Other factions, I guess, other subgenres of comics that are coming up right now, like the Latinx creators and other stuff like that. It's interesting to say we were, I guess, part of that. We were considered part of that, and we didn't receive enough love that we thought we would receive by our own, I guess, peers that we did in CG. So CG in itself right now is just nothing but the passion and the want to create what we can't get in the mainstream and what we can't get in these other factions, and it's beautiful. And I love it, and I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm glad that we're actually doing something in that vein, supporting it by launching our own books, quality, and getting it out there for the people to love. And with that in mind, I think honestly that these um, other, I guess, outside forces, I guess you could say, like Hollywood and uh, people, places like that, animation studios are going to start looking into this, if not already, in back rooms and behind closed doors, talking about taking some of these properties to the next level and creating something with them, creating its own universe. Because I mean, I can see that very easily happening with a lot of the properties that are out there currently right now through Indiegogo and Kickstarter and through CG. So that's what I think. It's like it's ripe for the picking right now, and it's a good time to be involved in it. But like you said, it is getting kind of crowded, so you just gotta pick and choose what you want to back and what you want to do. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
getting good, man. Honestly, I'd rather be here than in the mainstream right now.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
A lot of people have said that it's getting crowded and that kind of stuff. And I think I understand when we've had nothing but open water. You start seeing a couple of the boats out on the lake, and it's just like find your own place to water ski. But I think we have entire avenues opening up to us. There are so many things, like the possibilities are endless. Like you look at Skyver, he's getting into all kinds of merchandising and all that kind of stuff. 5 years ago, completely unheard of, right? Nobody was even thinking that. Last year, nobody was even really thinking how significant it could be. But I mean, that's within reach of any of us in like a 5-year goal kind of thing, 5-10 year goal kind of thing. And the idea of being able to have our IPs turn into movies, turn into whatever. I mean, you look, we have the ability to draw every aspect of entertainment into our nets, and the waters are still open. Yeah, there's a couple more boats out there, but I mean, the cream will rise to the top, right? The best IPs that we have. I'm sorry, just reading the chat there. And it was like Mo Biggs is saying no one was complaining that
Hey,
the
Sim.
CG was too crowded until Rob showed up. Yeah,
That totally threw
sometimes
off your train of thought.
yeah. Sometimes we need to thin out the herd a little bit. Rob might thin himself out. We never know. But
We talked about Berserker. Obviously, that's like a bit of a seismic explosion on the crowdfunding scene. Did any of you guys know what it made in the end on Kickstarter?
It already
We're
ended.
looking at the numbers, but
I think it
I don't know.
ended. Yeah.
Yeah, it did end, but I'm not
It
sure what the
was-
numbers were.
It was anyway. It was huge. It was huge, and some people were really gung ho about it and saying this is a great thing. This is going to bring so many more people into crowdfunding. It's going to legitimize the system. I know that we talked to Drew yesterday. He said that when he kind of tries to advertise his book through general sort of comic book Facebook avenues, he says he runs into people who say to him, I don't back books on crowdfunding. If just get it into a store or put it on a website and I'll just buy it straight off you like that. I don't want to use Kickstarter. I don't want to use Indiegogo. So I think there is an element to that. That there's a big campaign like attached to Keanu Reeves' name to bring people into it. But at the same time,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's a really valid comment. But some years ago, a lot of people were saying, I'm never gonna buy toilet paper on the internet. I'm going to go to the store for it. And nowadays, a shit ton of people buys toilet paper on Amazon. So I'm
in
just saying
Australia
that.
here, that was the only place you could get it for a while when this whole virus thing hit. Mitch says it made nearly $1.5 million, which is insane.
Wow.
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 Holy crap.
But then at the same time, I got a lot of comments on the video, or at least in the chat as well, of people saying that that's just kind of another sort of mainstream intrusion into comic books, and it was just a kind of an R&D sort of experiment, to try and build up a new IP essentially, to use comic books again to build up an IP intended to eventually hit the movies. And I guess a lot of people feel like comic books have been and are continuing to be abused by media companies. You know, just to get content, get new creative content.
Well, you can't
So I
be
know,
upset about the mainstream using the tools that are available to all of us. I mean, it sucks. I own a small business, and so I'm constantly having to deal with larger businesses coming in trying to take over my little corner of the world. And I mean, there's nothing. I can't piss and moan just because they come in saying, "Hey, we can offer the service for whatever." You just have to have the better product. And I've had customers that have gone away from my business, and then like a month later, they're calling me up saying, you know, we didn't realize how good we had it with you. So, you know, the competition sucks, but I mean, that is your opportunity to do better.
Yeah.
well, I don't know if I would say the competition sucks, because I do think that, you know, having a strong competition is the only way that people improve. You know, if it's too easy, if money comes too easily to you, that's when you end up with what happened, you know, at Marvel, where they always had that, you know, they had big Daddy Disney footing the bill at the end of the day, and then it didn't really matter whether or not they sold their books anyway. And then you end up with just really awful books, awful quality printing, and awful stories.
That's true. As long as I guess as long as the competition is healthy, that encourages you to up your game and to make your product worthwhile and worth the time of the customer that you're trying to push it to. So, I mean, I can see that.
Absolutely. In the rush that I was to get this stream started, I failed to actually bring up your campaign. So I'm going to just go through and click on that now.
No worries.
So that we can.
That was a rookie mistake, Bancroft. Ooh.
Well, I just. Go take care of Miss Elizabeth, Mr. Savage.
Miss Elizabeth is well taken care of. Don't you worry about that. Oh,
by Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the concept that you guys have for your book. I showed my kiddo.
Oh, thank you.
Your campaign, and she had just gotten out of like, you know, all the zombie stuff. She kind of got a little bit not overwhelmed. What's it called when you have too much of something? But she looked at that and she's like, "Damn it, that's genuinely creepy." So I'm not going to spoil. I'll let you guys talk about it. But yeah, the whole concept of your whole zombie apocalypse, she loves that. So
thank you. Awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Before you guys talk about it, I started off the stream with that really cool little, you know, intro video for Preston's cover. Because I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted people to see that at the top of the show. That was really thing. But we can actually play the trailer now before we start talking about the book itself, because we haven't played that yet.
Let's go, man.
There's also a trailer with the Acevedo artwork, and I think you can put it there in the campaign.
That's what he just said.
That's what I just played.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the background of the StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, we'll play this first, and then we'll scroll through down and see what we do later.
In 2006, 656 Comics unleashed Infestacion. It became the only Latino zombie comic of its time. Now, 656 Comics brings us the most intensely shocking graphic novel experience of all time. Undead Border. Escape or die. The border is overrun by the living dead, and the only option is to escape or die. 656 Comics brings back the dead.
Oh yeah.
Awesome possum, man.
There it is.
There it is. And yeah, like we said, you are funded, but I mean, the next goal is. Oh shit! I've put you guys. I've scared you guys. I've given you guys.
Hope.
Why do I always do that?
I was like, what?
Shit.
Sorry,
Yeah, you-
sorry.
No
can
worries.
I had looked at it earlier and said, "Oh, they're so close to 5,000. You know, we can talk about that." And then I look at it and I go,
Ooh.
"Oh shit! It's back in Australian dollars again." Oops.
But
My
we got
bad.
more backers though. We got more backers.
Oh, you did
Nice.
fantastic, fantastic. Yeah. So
We were
look
at-
at
what are we
that.
at?
Just.
We were at 160, no?
Yes. Wow, we're almost there. That's cool.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
It's
Like
just,
the number
listen.
in dollar reduced better.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I like everyone who's a regular on this show in the chat knows I do that like most of the time to my poor guests, and they get on there and they freak out a little and they get excited. And then I'm
That-
sorry.
Bancroft, if you can change it to pesos, that's gonna
It
be
looks way better.
just change it just for the fun of it, man.
All right.
But I don't understand
I mean, it
pesos,
fits.
man.
It fits. Where are they?
Mexican peso.
Yeah.
Look,
What do
check
we
it
got?
out.
Nice, 100,000.
Massive.
Congratulations.
Six figures, bitch.
Hell yeah. 6 figures, perra.
You just-
I'm gonna
and
try
then you
say
put
that.
it back in
6
dollars
figures,
and it
perra.
just...
Perra, yeah, bitch. Is perra.
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 That is not easy to say.
Perra.
Hey, that
I
reminds me.
gotta hang
I
on.
have
I
a-
need to have another sip. I need to have another
I
sip.
thought
to be able
Para
to do
was
that.
4.
Oh, perra. No, it's cuatro is 4.
Cuatro is cool.
Perra.
Yeah.
I'm at
Yeah.
FOR.
I have a quick question for the chat and for everybody online. This has nothing to do with comics, actually. We were driving today. My wife and I were driving out of our home, and we saw a cat, right? And like I remember, like I was trying to kind of like, be nice to the cat earlier in the week, and it was kind of being nice to me, but it kind of pissed me off a little bit, and it kind of gave me this look like, "Shut up, you son of a bitch," or "Get away from me, you
As
son
they
of a
do.
bitch." And I was thinking, is there like, because I mean, son of a bitch is for a dog. What would you say for a cat? Like, pussy. She said pussy. That's what she said. She's like, yeah, you call it a pussy. And I'm like, son of a pussy? That sounds weird. So I don't know. Is there like a derogatory name for a female cat?
No, there isn't. That's the that's a failing. That's a failing of English, I think. We don't have that.
It might be the most terrible insult of all to call a cat the son of a female dog. Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I feel like Joe needed to smoke, a pack of cigarettes every day for 30 years to really be able to get down in those guttural Randy Savage tones. But he's doing
You're
pretty
not
well.
wrong, brother.
He won't be able to speak tomorrow. All right. So 100,000 pesos. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, man.
That's amazing. So obviously we want to try and get that up to, I don't know, what, 200,000 pesos or something. I don't know what's possible. But I'm really happy to have you guys back here. You know, this is a campaign that I've backed, but now I'm starting to think. I don't know where it is on the campaign.
Oh shit.
But I'm starting to think I might have to actually grab this, because this is one hell of a cover, and this is actually the first time I think I'm seeing it coal colored with the trade dress and everything on it.
Yeah.
This is pretty friggin' awesome, man. Tell us about getting this done.
It was Preston, man. We were like, I think we're like 5 days away from finishing our first 30 days. He just DM'd me the image, man, and just said, "Hey, use it, take it."
So it's like kind of fan art, but it's fan art from
it's fan
Preston.
art,
So it's like
it's fan art. I don't know how else to call it.
I mean, he did a full page for it. Like he did the whole thing. Like it's a 11 by 17, right?
Yeah, 11.17, which we already sold in the campaign, so that piece of original art is long gone. But yeah, he just DM'd me. Hey man, I want to help you guys out. I love you guys. Oh, he didn't say that. I love you guys.
He insinuated it. How about that?
That's the feeling you got. That's the
Yeah,
feeling
that's,
you
the
got.
feeling, that's how I interpret
Yeah.
our interaction. But yeah, he sent this and he told me use it as a print cover, whatever, man. Just get funded, man. I'm gonna help you guys. And yeah, man, this cover helped us cross the finish line, man. So
You guys, I know, a couple of, and I think Bandito agrees with me here. I think Preston, he's gonna have a big year next year. I think
yeah,
next year is gonna be the year that everyone finally, kind of, everything falls into place of them, and they start finally realizing, just how amazing this guy is, and he's gonna be. I don't know if he probably won't have time anymore to just knock out amazing things like
Pieces
this
like
just for
this,
his
yeah.
friends that he loves.
Yeah, Preston, that's one of the guys who has made his mark doing fan art and stuff. And I typically tell people to veer away from that. Don't do fan art and promote other people's works. Do your own, be your own biggest fan and promote your own stuff. But Preston, I mean, he has made his mark on Comicsgate with the fan art that he's done. And I mean, we're all the better for it. So he's maybe rethink that.
but it's kind of cool though because Preston is doing all this fan art and we're using it in our campaign. So it's kind of like circulating, no? Everybody's artwork, and everybody has have eyes on their artwork, and it's cross promotion, and I think it's awesome, man.
Oh yeah. No, Comicsgate has actually been really good for that. Next, Malin or
there's people in the chat saying things, and I just don't know how serious they are. You know, like how where's the sarcasm? Where I'm being made fun of? Like
you've done too many shows, and it's all blurring together. It's just
it's just so hard to know in the chat. You know what how much they're making fun of me or how much they actually like me. It's a difficult thing.
Just go with it, Michael.
Well, I will. Don't you worry about it. I mean, I take it. Any compliment that anyone gives me here, I
run with it.
Whatever they say, take it as a compliment.
Run with it.
Run with it. Rick Saylor just got himself a macho comic. Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
There's been a couple.
Fantastic.
There's been a couple who have said that they backed it, so we might want to do a refresh and just kind of see what where it's at.
Hold on. Let's
Let's wait a while.
Take it one thing at a time.
Oh no, I'm not one. You can't just hold out like that.
I'm with you. I'm on that. Like if I'm ready to blow my load, I'm gonna blow it right away. I don't care.
Hold it.
Do I refresh now or do I wait? I like Todd. We tease because we care. I think
exactly.
I don't know. We let the anticipation grow too. Hey, Antoine's here. Great to see you here.
Always good to see Antoine. Okay, well,
I bump on. Yeah,
I was building up.
That's what I like to say.
I was building up the whole concept behind this book. Let's. Oh, sorry. You guys are gonna have to take it from there.
He just broke out into song.
What the hell? is that?
I think so.
It's
He
all
was so
good.
happy.
let's just use this to say thanks to who was it? Rick Saylor for that.
Yeah, and Mitch as well. I'm pretty sure Mitch backed it. Mitch
Thank
is
you so much,
fantastic.
Mitch. Appreciate that.
Mitch is really great on Twitter. He's always on top of things, and I see him in the chat, and he's always backing stuff. So thanks, big thank you. All right, why don't you guys? There might be some people here in the chat who aren't, fully aware of the story that you've made here. So before I refresh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down the page. You guys can talk about Undead Border, and then when I get down to the page, I'll switch it back to US dollars, and we'll see whether or not you've broken 5,000 yet.
Go with the pitch, Ray.
You want to go with the pitch? All right, we'll go with the pitch.
Do it.
So, Undead Border.
Do it slowly, please. Do it slowly.
Yes, I will do it slowly.
Be gentle.
A ragtag team of teenagers must traverse a zombie-filled apocalyptic borderland in order to escape the remnants of cartels, communities out to destroy them, and of course, the undead hungering for their flesh. Undead Border is 116 pages of zombie-rific, grindhouse-style action in the vein of like Fulci and Romero. So get on it and get with it, because it's the new trend, or rather, it's the new genre that we're delving into called border horror. Stuff that happens on the border that nobody knows about between the U.S. and Mexico. So, and then
Okay, I'm back. Can we start this over again?
oh, damn! Wow. And I had my groove too, but oh well.
He's pitching Bandito.
I know, he's right in the middle of it, and I came in and ruined the whole thing.
So yeah, you've created your whole new genre. This is like your guys' creation. Border horror. Continue.
So border horror, what it is basically stuff that happens on the border that most people are unaware of. It's not just about a wall separating the U.S. from Mexico. It's a lot of other things. It's just El Paso is where I live in, and El Paso, up until last year, was considered one of the safest cities, if not the safest city in the continental United States. And Mexico, or rather Juarez, which is in Mexico, and I could literally walk outside and throw a rock. That's how close Mexico is to us. Juarez was considered the most dangerous city on the face of the planet for like a few years there. And it's very interesting because none of that violence ever really spilled over into the U.S. And it's not because of a wall. It's just that everything was contained over there. But the lives that these people have over there are uprooted as it is. And then the zombie apocalypse happens, and it just gets worse from there. And Pancho can take over from there because it's his brainchild, it's his baby.
So yeah, we decided to talk about what was going on in our city, in the border, and all this, like Ray said, all the cartel stuff, all the missing girls, the corruption, all this violence. We decided like to talk about that, but to use it, like do it in because we love comics, do it in a fun way, do it like in a entertaining way, and using zombies as a metaphor for all the shit is going on over here. And what I was gonna say, and also I also talk about the good stuff about our community, our people, no, the resilience of the people, not taking the negative and trying to like go on and live their lives, no, and despite of all this shit going on. So yeah, that's basically it. Escape or die.
I tell you something, Bancroft. To the macho man, this sounds like social commentary done right. Ooh, yeah.
I like that.
Savage approval.
The savage approval. I like that.
The Dead Notes supplemental book, is that an add-on, or is that a stretch goal? What is that?
Really? Oh, he can't. I don't think he can hear you.
Yeah. It muted by itself. I don't know why. It's part of the featured perk, the supplemental. Yeah, we're just, this is just for Javier, because Javier always bugged us to want to include like a portion in the graphic novel, like behind the scenes artwork, thumbnails, concept art. So this is just for him, so we could like show off more of his dynamic art. So yeah, and we are going to include like lore of Undead Border, like more world building, all the stuff that we couldn't tell in the graphic novel. We're gonna like explain it here, more or less. So yeah,
the Infestación universe, which is what it was formerly called before we decided on Undead Border, it's been going on for very many years, and there's been several books that we've put out about Infestación, about the conditions. This is kind of like you're coming in on pretty much like episode 4 of the Infestación universe, but you don't really need a lot of the backstory to figure out what's going on. But nonetheless, the book right now is about 95% complete.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of a crash course into the Undead Border universe to bring you up to speed as to what happened before and where we find ourselves now in the book. So it's not just throwing you in, blind, and wet. Well, sounds interesting. But just going at it, in a way where you'll be entertained, and like the Savage one was saying right now, it's social commentary, and I would say done right, because we don't hit you over the head with like, oh, well, these are children in cages, or these are cartels that are murdering people and blah blah blah. It's more of an entertaining approach to showing you stuff that to us is pretty much an everyday occurrence. And whereas in other places of the world, you look in and be like, oh my God, what's happening over there? Like society's just dissolving and stuff. And over here, it's just it's just Tuesday.
when Comicsgate says, we're sick of the diversity, we say what we mean is we're sick of the fake diversity that the big companies push as a way to virtue signal. This is genuine. Diverse stories. This is like you guys are telling a story based on your actual, experience. It's drawn from that, and that's what everyone actually wants, the real stuff.
Yeah, of course, man. It's like I was saying yesterday with Clayton in the How to Draw Comics, that this story has a lot of actual real in real life inspirations, no? Because the whole tick zombie outbreak thing was inspired by a rescue dog that I had, which was covered with infested by ticks. So that's what gave me the inspiration of, well, what if in Juarez we have like a tick problem every summer. So what if these ticks are the cause of a zombie outbreak, and that's how the idea was born.
Yep.
So, yeah,
because I know, when I was a kid reading just Marvel comics, but pretty much they were all set in New York City. That was it. That's the only story that you got, the New York City story, and they're fine, they're cool. I got nothing against it, but it's better to have different stories as well, and especially if they're, like you said, based on real things.
We try to put the border like one of the characters of every story we do. So it's part of the it's an essential part of the storytelling, no? Because the city itself, it's complex, it's complicated. So
yeah,
we need to for the readers to understand all the context and why is this and why is that, because it's very complicated. It's in a region where is the entrance and exit of a lot of commerce, but also a lot of like occult commerce, no, like drugs and prostitution and organ
trafficking,
and weird shit. So
I am only responsible for outbreaks of people backing amazing books.
Hell
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Bancroft gives them
can't.
bumps.
the bump.
Yeah.
That's the new disease. It's the bumps.
The Bancroft bumps.
They give you the bumps. All right, we're scrolling up. Very excited. Even when I've got my connection, I got off the Wi-Fi and got a proper Ethernet cable, and even now the internet just does not want to go quickly. But there we go. God, I love that cover. It's so cool.
It's
All right.
real figure array.
We're back up to the top.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting on at the time of this start of the show. So 4,932 with 82 backers. Let's give it a refresh, eh? Make sure I don't kick myself, and let's go.
Drum roll, please.
Boom.
Yes. Boom.
5,000
Nice.
and change.
Woo! There we go. $5,112.
So the schedule was unlocked.
You guys are already now I'm gonna have to scroll down again. Trying to get sick. You guys are
Thanks to the 3 backers that from the chat that jumped in on that. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, CG, so much.
Goals. There we go. Right, so there you go. You've knocked it out. Clear vinyl sticker. Do you know what the sticker is going to be of? Have you got that
If you go
sorted?
to the updates portion of the campaign, there's
Yep.
a mock-up.
Big surprise.
Hey, and you're less than 800. Is it 800 and something dollars away from the 2 6x9 prints as well?
Oh, Michael, check out the updates, Michael, and you'll see a big surprise for everyone.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh,
Here we
ooh,
go. Updates.
ooh. I like surprises. I like updates. What do we got?
The
Wow.
backer swag.
200%.
All backers get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we get 200, everyone will get all the fucking perks.
Wow.
The swag, yeah.
I like it. I like the way you say that.
We just decided to hell with it. We love you guys, so just help us get it to 200, and everybody will get the.
Who's that character? Go back down there for
So
a
you're
second.
on 170% right now. It's not far off.
Who's that character? That girl that's in the middle there.
Santa Catrina.
Yeah.
Oh, she's one of the main characters. One of my favorite main characters, Santa Catrina.
How come I don't know about her?
I was gonna
You need to read
briefly
the book.
mention her earlier with the Randy bit that people that likes wrestling and lucha, especially lucha libre, are not gonna get disappointed by the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Explain her character, Pancho.
This girl she used to be a wrestler, and she's old now in the skateboard universe, no? So she was social. She used to wrestler like a professional wrestler, but she also went into fighting the narcos and trying to help out the missing girls and stuff like that.
She was more like an activist, but the real activism.
Yeah. So she
activism that gets you killed and shit. Man.
Yeah. So she became like this big legend on Juarez, right? So, and that's why but she's old now, and she's trying to help out the kids, but I don't want to give away too much.
And then a zombie apocalypse.
But the simple explanation is that it's a Mexican book, so it had to have forcibly some wrestling and lucha libre.
Lucha and stuff.
Of course. And then we got the skinny guy over here, who I probably more identify with. Who's this guy?
So that guy is Rulo. He's he works for the commune, the people that have the power over the of Ciudad Juarez, the apocalypse, no? And these guys have he's real into the hip hop thing, so he's a rapper, and he tries to he fucks up, and he's also sent to the no man's land with the other guys, so they have to escape the zombies and stuff like that.
The zombies.
So, yeah.
He's a rapper. Well, he's cooler than I am then. But
yeah, I mean, all these characters are inspired by people we know, actually, because Pancho knows a lot of rappers here in the Juarez in Ciudad Juarez. So yeah, he's based on some of his friends and the Santa Catrina, the la luchadora. So yeah, when we like to watch people from our city.
Well, if it's people that you know, does that mean issue 5 is going to have a baby killer Bancroft character?
I don't know if we want to do that. I don't know if we take it.
Oh, I see Blue just joined us. Hail, Blue.
Hey,
we don't want to ignore the guy till he runs away again.
I was just looking at his avatar, and I think he's gonna trigger some memories on Oliver's mind.
Dude, man.
Yeah.
If you ever have to exterminate a tick infestation, man, those things die.
No one likes ticks.
Exactly, they don't
no
die.
one is a fan of ticks. It's one of those things. You know, some people, they like spiders and they like bugs. No one likes ticks.
No one, especially
leeches.
Those big ones, no, the one with the big pouch, the great fucking pouch.
I'm afraid of the ones that make you allergic to red meat. Those are terrifying.
Oh, I've heard
shit,
about
yeah.
those.
The Lone Star ticks.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's a thing? You
Yep.
get bitten and then you can't eat red meat.
They
That
they
is like the enemy of
Oh,
man.
fuck that.
They
No.
Those ticks need to
Wherever
be
they are,
exterminated.
I'm not going to be there.
it's weird because it readjusts your DNA in some way that you'll become allergic to meat.
Oh my goodness,
So that's fucked up.
that is insane.
Damn.
Or
I grew up
sticks,
on the-
Pedro.
I grew up in the country, and so we always had to worry about tick season with the animals and stuff.
Yeah.
And but I've never heard of any of those strange, twisted variations of meat allergies, and
Yeah.
never had to deal with that
So
stuff.
you've got a trading card, a sticker, and a bookmark here. So we really need to get this campaign to 200%. And considering you're already at 170, I really see this happening. So that's fantastic.
And
Look at that cool. That's like a homage to the old. Is it like a skateboard sticker or something?
Yeah,
Mm.
Peralta Power or something like that.
The Ripper.
Yeah.
And
That's
and I kind of got pissed off because Patrick was his campaign, the Jenny Phantasm. He did something similar.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Now that is familiar. That's all right.
But yeah,
That's all
oh my god, I actually finished coloring it the day before he released it in his campaign, and I was like, God damn it, they're gonna see what we copied.
Hey man, great minds, you know.
And I guess, huh? Yeah.
Captain James wants to know what the bloodbath is. Well, there's a bloodbath incoming at Warner Media, and potentially that is going to come into other parts of that company and potentially to DC. But who cares? We're creating our own bloodbath
Hell yeah.
right here at the border. And
right.
this is the bloodbath you want to get involved in. I know I have, and I'm getting into the zombie books more now. I was, I liked a couple of zombie movies. It's never really that big on it. I was always more of a vampire guy in my youth, but I'm digging. What I like about these zombie comic books is the style that you can use with the artwork. You can have it kind of gory, but also a bit cartoony, and it all really works. And man, I really want to get this sticker too. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks to you guys, we're gonna actually do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you so
Amazing.
much for that. And speaking really quickly,
Well, you
about
guys did the work.
really
book.
quickly about the artwork that you're talking about, the I guess the zombie artwork. Javi's artwork is very, very approachable as far as that's concerned, because like you're saying, the gore and everything. When you look at Javi's artwork, you can see how much gore there is in it, but since the artwork is in black and white, and not only that, it's just beautiful, it's kind of approachable, and you can actually just admire someone getting their entrails ripped out of their abdomen.
Yeah. That's right. Like that's the thing about it. If it's you wouldn't want a really, really realistic style with this, because it could just get too full on. So that's why I dig the whole cartoony approach, and then there's entrails. Cartoons with entrails. Look at this guy. They got their they're all rotting and everything. It's
Yeah, I want my
it's
internal
palatable.
dismemberment to be very approachable. I appreciate that.
That's right. Exactly.
Thank you very much, guys. If I can give you some trivia about the process of the book, is that I hadn't done zombies before we started work on this one, and Pancho, Oliver, and the rest were pretty happy with my work, except on the gore part. That's where they started to return me some pages.
Yeah,
Then I went to work on that again, and I started practicing it more, and that's where I started developing more the aspect of the combination of the cartoony and European styles and the gore. And I really upped my gore game for this one, and I'm pretty sure everyone is gonna be pleased in that aspect too.
Great.
Fantastic. Hey, I just saw a message there in the chat. I don't know what this is in reference to. Todd's Truth says his brother's stage 4. It's now infected his brain.
Oh no.
What
I'm
Lyme
very sorry to
disease?
hear that, Todd. That's it's Lyme.
That's,
Oh, okay.
That's
I hope he's.
that's very
I
distressing.
don't-
I'm sorry
I
to hear
don't
that,
know
Todd.
Yeah.
What the
Exactly.
the
Sorry.
diagnosis is from that. What the prognosis is. Sorry. But very
Godspeed,
sorry to hear
Todd.
that, Todd. Todd's obviously a regular in the chat, and we'd love to see him here. And I hope he's hope he's keeping up okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, guys, oh no, shit, we've got 5 minutes left. We can get some more, so we can convince some more people, and I'm just going to leave it right there. I mean, look
Nice.
at that. If that
Michael-
doesn't convince you, what does? I was like, oh shit, I'm zooming in. I was going to ask you guys what's that thing on his arm, but now I can zoom in. I see he's got like a
The saw blade.
bandsaw
Yeah.
Yes.
on his. Is that a bandsaw or a rotating?
And just nailed to his arm. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
That's
all
that.
you need.
That was Preston's liberties, no interpretation.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tell him about the character, Pancho, because that character.
I was just gonna say,
striking.
tell us about this guy.
This guy is like it's a character.
He loves his work.
Yeah.
First you can tell this guy loves
He's
his
proud.
work.
He's
Yeah.
proud. He wears his
Yeah.
skills.
He's like
high.
a psychomaniac. He's a character from Juarez. We use this like to represent like pure evil, no? Because he's in the universe. This is like the third appearance in different comics in different titles from us. So he just lives in his junkyard. That's why you can see the tires on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. I didn't realize they're tires. This makes it so much cooler now. I can see like this guy. I can literally see him. Just,
Yeah, so he builds he makes his own like weapons and the armor, and then you don't see them here, but he has like these two vicious dogs, and he just takes care of his pet, no? So nobody
Nice.
messes with him. Yeah, so this is like an urban legend, right? So, but yeah, he's like real crazy, more like a Jason. I'm gonna say something like he just kills if you enter his domains, right?
Yeah, more.
He
Yeah,
needs-
Jason Leatherface.
He needs to hire someone to clean up all the skulls he has lying around. It's just not sanitary. It's like
Yeah.
what
This
we
is
do
just
in the
his interview
shadows.
process.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All these bones here. We need to clean this up. It's not safe.
Let's see. Is this sanitary?
Yeah.
It's just
Very
that
cool, man. Such
Is that like a gas mask or something he's wearing?
No, it's just like a faceplate, a metal
The
faceplate.
guy is a human junkyard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a human junkie. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about all of that, but I think the maid is the one on the left. The last maid he had.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she was like, "Stop leaving all these things. I can't sick
didn't
of
do it.
cleaning up all these
It's-
dead bodies.
Yeah.
She's
failed.
like,
I mean, that
I got a
he
spike
mentions-
right for you."
Yeah, he mentions humongous, right? That's kind of also like our influences for Escape or Die. Return of the Living Dead with Mad Max and Running Man. That's kind of like
Good Judgment Night.
and
God,
Judgment
I
Night
love
also.
Running Man.
Yeah,
I love
it's-
that
it's-
movie. I always felt like I was watching something I wasn't supposed to be watching when I was a kid, but I just I love I love about that movie is that Arnie's accent is still really strong and there's just
Yeah.
no explanation for it. It's just that's what he sounds like. And I mean, there you go. And
And it works.
yeah. I love all the different deaths, how they were related to each, person's what they were doing. It's
Yeah.
cool. I need to watch that again. I read the
The
book.
one-liners.
It's pretty
The
different.
one-liners in that were awesome, man.
What was that, sorry?
The one-liners in that movie were awesome.
Yes,
Like, what
yeah,
happens
after
to us,
everyone, yeah.
you have to split.
Well, he couldn't say a lot of lines, so they could only do like one at a time.
I think that's one of the most comic booky movies of Arnold and from the whole 80s.
Yeah,
It's pretty, yeah, you're right. It is pretty stylistic in that sense.
It's pretty, stylish, cartoony, and the cool part is that people doesn't they don't question that kind of universe. They just accept it and enjoy it, and
yeah.
that's
Exactly.
something we have lost a lot from the 80s, I think.
Yeah, Definitely.
Totally,
Good
totally.
point, good
It's
point.
I feel bad for my son who's going to be growing up, and I worry, what sort of cool new stuff is he going to have to watch, and I don't
You just
know,
have to look for it, man.
You
Don't
do,
go
you do. There
mainstream.
is some good stuff out there. It's just a bit more, it's just harder to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's always the old stuff.
Of
I
course.
Yeah, it's
mean,
true.
my kiddos, they just dive into all the old stuff that's out there.
Definitely.
So, Sim, that guy, every time you mention an old movie, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to pull that off my shelf and watch it tonight."
Yeah, man.
He'll probably stream it too.
Yeah, whenever we hang out with Sam, he always shows me something really cool, like some animation or something. But yeah, Dynamo, Buzzsaw, it's bringing it all back.
Remember all
It's
that.
part of the memory of all that old stuff is when it came out and everybody was excited about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one where she says she's gonna throw up all over him, and he says it won't show on this shirt. He's wearing his Hawaiian shirt. I love it. All right, guys. I don't know if you've got any more backers, but I hope you have, because I want to do a refresh.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
No more backers, but you did get a bunch already, and you got over 5,000, so that's really cool. I'm really happy for you guys, and I mean, I guess Are you guys going into in demand?
Oliver?
No, we're not gonna do on in demand. We're actually gonna cut it after these 30 days. We're gonna start fulfilling everything, start finishing up the book, and get it ready to get out as soon as possible. So the turnaround isn't very long. And also start preparing for our next Indiegogo, and this is pretty much it. Once the cutoff date is cut off, that's it. We might come back later. I think that's what Oli was saying at some point in time. But as of right now, we're cutting it short at 30 days.
Yeah. So if we want that 6K stretch goal, it has to happen in the next 3 days. I think you guys can do it.
Yeah, we hope so.
I mean, we do have at the last day we're gonna go with Shay, so
nice.
Hopefully she could bring
Yeah,
work some magic.
Oh man,
I still remember we made almost $1,000 getting drunk.
And
hey, if you're gonna make $1,000, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. That last day is kind of the big day. That's the big push. So I'm pretty sure you guys will get there. It's gonna be good. Well, thanks so much, all you guys, for coming on. It's always a party when you guys join us.
Thank you so
always
much.
A pleasure.
Hell yeah.
Great book, great guys. Can't recommend it enough. And to the illustrious other members of the panel, thank you for joining us, especially, a old wrestling icon, a hero of mine from my youth. Thank you, Mr. Randy Savage, as well, for joining us.
I was happy to be here, Bancroft, to celebrate such a macho book. Ooh, yeah.
He's sounding a bit old, isn't he?
Well, he's doing pretty good for,
I'm
his
about
current state.
77 years old, Bancroft. Don't bust my balls. Ooh, yeah.
Be careful not to. And as well to the sexiest chat in CG, you guys are always amazing. It's so great to see you here and see a couple of new faces pop in.
Yeah.
It's a joy every time. And we will see you again tomorrow. We've got another guest lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun with this guest. We tried to get him on before. Failed. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen this time. So fingers crossed. We're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure you come back and join us tomorrow. All right, everyone. Undead Border, Escape or Die. Go grab it now. And we will see you all later. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hard.
Hail and well met.